Thoroughbred Week with John Henderson is presented by Actistatin, Adena Springs, Bloodstock Research, Breeders' Cup, Claiborne Farm, EmpireCityBets.com, Florida Thoroughbred Breeders and Owners Association, Keeneland, Malones, New York Thoroughbred Breeding and Development Fund, OCD Pellets, Old Colony Insurance Services, Paul Miller Ford, Quillen Leather and Tack, Shadwell Farm, Spendthrift Farm, Three Chimneys Farm, and WINSTAR Farm.
Hello everyone, and welcome to Thoroughbred Week, featuring a front-running winner of the Grade 1 Whitney Handicap, a reformed claimer in the Grade 1 Clemmidale-Hurst Stakes, and a photo finish in the Grade 2 West Virginia Derby. We begin with the Mountaineer Juvenile Filly Stakes. AP's Glory, the 1-5 favorite. Peter Berry has the call.
AP's Glory is quickly looming up to Herman's Wildcat at the 5/16 and now goes to the lead. AP's Glory gets ahead in front of Herman's Wildcat, and they're out by 3 lengths over Rachel's Ready Racing 3 wide. In the centre then was Pom Pom Pistol. Dropping back on the fence is Royal Song Dancer. Heart Song around the outside is making some late headway, and if there's a danger, it's going to be Heart Song. It's AP's Glory in front, running down to the 16th pole, out by 2.5 lengths. Heart Song is coming through along the inside, but it's going to be AP's Glory, winning it by 1.5 lengths over Heart Song.
AP's Glory holds off Heart Song by 1.5 lengths. Corey Nakatani, the winning jockey, in 1:11 3. AP's Glory, the odds-on favorite, after breaking her maiden by 7.5 lengths on debut at Arlington Park. The filly by Mineshaft was bred in Kentucky by her owner, Curtis Green. James DeVito trains the winner. AP's Glory has earned $79,000. AP's Glory paid $240 to win and is the Malone's favorite of the week, presented by Malone's, Lexington's favorite steakhouse. Next, the Mountaineer Juvenile Stakes. Gotta Get Paid, the 5-2 favorite. Once again, here's Peter Berry.
Just over 5/16 to go. Got to Get Paid on top by 1 length. Creaky Cricket is second. And then comes Duff. Super Siete has dropped right back along the inside. Hashtag Bourbon has moved up and is now going to come 3 wide at the top of the stretch. On the inside, Duff trying to battle on. Out 3 wide, it's Creaky Cricket with a narrow lead, but being joined now by Hashtag Bourbon. Got to Get Paid is responding gamely along the inside, but it's Hashtag Bourbon now getting the lead down to the 16th pole. Kicks 2.5 lengths in front of Got to Get Paid. Down the outside is Tappett's Fear, but it's Hashtag Bourbon well clear. Hashtag Bourbon wins the Mountaineer Juvenile Stakes by 6.
Hashtag Bourbon by WINSTAR Farm Stallion Super Saver takes it officially by 4.5 lengths over Gotta Get Paid. Brian Hernandez aboard in 1:11 2. Hashtag Bourbon breaks his maiden against Stakes Company and becomes the first stakes winner for the 2010 Kentucky Derby winner. The Kellen Gorder trainee was a closing third on debut at Churchill Downs. The colt was bred in Kentucky by Farfellow Farms and was a $50,000 Keeneland September yearling. A $130,000 OBS March 2-year-old purchase by Bourbon Lane Stable. Hashtag Bourbon has earned $66,000. To Del Mar for 2-year-olds in the Grade 2 Best Pal Stakes. Skyway, the 2-1 favorite. Trevor Denman picks up the call.
3/8 of a mile to go, and 2-6 wins 1/2 length. Bad Reed Sanchez comes to take him on. Then comes Skyway. Story to Tell now having to be pushed along at the rails. Story to Tell's under a ride, but not going in the right direction. They come to the top of the lane. 2-6 wins along the inside, but now Bad Reed Sanchez. And Bad Reed Sanchez strikes the front. Now here comes Skyway to take him on. Bad Reed Sanchez, Skyway's finishing stoutly in the centre of the track. Bad Reed Sanchez tries to hold him off, but Skyway's up alongside. Skyway's at the front. Coming late is Henry's Holiday, but Skyway has won it. Skyway and Stuart Elliott win the Best Pal.
Skyway holds off Henry's Holiday by 1 3/4 lengths. Stuart Elliott aboard the New York bred in 1:16 3. Skyway broke his maiden by 6 3/4 lengths on debut at Keeneland and was coming off a 3rd place finish in the Grade 3 Bashford Manor Stakes. The colt by Sky Mesa was bred in New York by Sugar Maple Farm and H. Lewis Rappaport and was a $165,000 yearling. The first Del Mar winner for trainer Mark Cassie, Skyway has earned $157,000 for John Oxley. More racing coming up, but first here's the upcoming schedule in the Breeders' Cup Win and You're In Challenge Series. Welcome back to Thoroughbred Week with Grade 1 stakes action from Saratoga and Del Mar coming up in this segment. We begin at Mountaineer Park with the West Virginia Governor Stakes. My Loot at 6-5, a slight favorite over Carve. Peter Berry has the call.
It's still Adirondack Kid, the leader by a neck. Carve is racing second. Now being pushed along is My Loot in third. Voodoo Storm around the outside is now taking off and goes to a clear third. Chairman Gary's on the inside and about 4 lengths away to Arugina as they run to the quarter pole, and Carve has now taken over. Carve gets a length in front of Adirondack Kid the inside. Voodoo Storm is still out 3 and 4 wide. My Loot's in behind them, still hard ridden, and then Chairman Gary and Arugina coming down to the furlong pole, and Carve on the outside gets a neck in front. Adirondack Kid is pretty game along the fence, followed by My Loot. Voodoo Storm couldn't go on with it. It's Carve in front close to home, and Carve wins by a neck over Adirondack Kid.
Carve by Claiborne Farm Stallion First Samurai, the winner by a neck over Adirondack King. Jesus Castanone up in 144 and 2. The third consecutive victory for Carve, who was last seen taking the Grade 3 Cornhusker handicap. He's won 4 of 6 starts this year for trainer Brad Cox. The 4-year-old gelding was bred in Kentucky by Claiborne Farm and Adele Del Schneider. Carve has earned nearly $687,000 for Michael Langford. To Woodbine for the Grade 3 SEAGRAM Cup. Alpha Better, winner of this race the past 2 years, the 6-5 favorite. Dan Loisel picks up the call.
They sprint to the 3/8 pole now, and it's Ultimate Destiny. Pender Harbor 2 wide, Peyton 3 wide. The Dominion Day winner, Sky Captain, is 4 wide. Alpha Better lurking just in behind horses in 5th. His race to win's being scrubbed on in 6th as they come to the quarter pole. Ultimate Destiny, Pender Harbor in those white blinkers. Peyton, Sky Captain is still wide. Alpha Better has a wall of horses in front of him as they turn for home. Pender Harbor, Alpha Better is looking for running room's going to try the rail, but that's blocked off. Ultimate Destiny, here comes Sky Captain. His race to win was last through slow splits, and he just swooped them to win the SEAGRAM Cup. His race to win, a length and a half at the end.
His race to win rallies from last to defeat Sky Captain, officially by a length and a quarter. Eurico da Silva, the winning jockey, in 143 and 1. An allowance winner over the Keeneland turf in his seasonal debut, the Malcolm Pierce trainee was last seen finishing 3rd in the Grade 3 Dominion Day Stakes. The 4-year-old colt by Stormy Atlantic was bred in Ontario by his owner, Samson Farm. His race to win has earned $450,000. To Saratoga for the Grade 1 Alfred G. Vanderbilt handicap. Happy My Way, the 3-2 favorite. Tom Durkin has the call.
Happy My Way out there by almost 2 as they race for the far turn. And he drilled a 22 flat opening quarter mile. Happy My Way out there now by 2.5. Palace down toward the inside, Bahamian Squall on the outside. In between those two, Lemon Drop Dream. A break of 3 back to Falling Sky as they make their way toward the top of the stretch. At the quarter pole, Happy My Way's got a 3-length lead. Palace a bit wide off the turn, but he's targeting Happy My Way. Falling Sky down toward the inside with 1 furlong to go here in the Vanderbilt. And at the 8th pole, it's Happy My Way in front. Palace to the attack on the outside. Driving hard, Palace trying to reel in Happy My Way. It's going to be very close at the finish. And here's the wire. It's Palace, the winner.
2-1 second choice Palace outfinishes Happy My Way by a length. Cornelio Velasquez aboard the New York bred in 108 and 2. Winner of the Grade 2 True North handicap, the Linda Rice trainee was coming off a 2nd place finish in the Grade 3 Belmont Sprint Championship. The 5-year-old horse by City Zip was bred in New York by the Peter J. Callahan Revocable Trust and was a $160,000 OBS March 2-year-old. The winner was claimed by his current connections for $20,000 nearly 2 years ago. This victory puts Palace over the $1 million mark in career earnings. Antonio Miusio is the winning owner. American Produce Records is now available online. Visit brisnet.com/APR for unlimited access to the pedigrees of more than 3 million thoroughbreds for just $275 a year, now including SAR stats. to Del Mar for fillies and mares in the Grade 1 Clement Elhurst Stakes. Iotapa, the even money favorite. Once again, here's Trevor Dedman.
Down the backstretch they go, and Broken Sword all alone out here. Broken Sword has it by almost 3 now. Iotapa begins to cut into that lead from second. 50 Shades of Hay pushed along at the rail. Up alongside, Doing Hard Time again. Piranda getting a little closer, is now only 5 off the leaders, and More Chocolate last. Into the turn they go, and Broken Sword still the one to catch. Broken Sword by 2. Iotapa now coming after her. Broken Sword, Iotapa. Piranda moving up on the far side. Doing Hard Time again. 50 Shades of Hay. They are coming to the quarter pole. Broken Sword, but now here comes Iotapa with a big run. And Iotapa moving up ominously. Broken Sword's tough though. She's trying to hold on. Homeward bound, and Iotapa takes the lead. Broken Sword's trying to re-rally on the inside, running on late. Piranda past the 16th pole. Iotapa shifting out. Iotapa just in front. Broken Sword comes again. Iotapa, Broken Sword. Iotapa won an absolute thriller.
Iotapa runs by Broken Sword to score by a length. The winner under high weight of 123 pounds, and Joe Talamo in 143 flat. Another Reform Claimer turned Grade 1 Stakes winner. Iotapa was coming off a record-setting 10-length romp in the Grade 1 Vanity Handicap. The 4-year-old filly by a Fleet Alex was bred in Kentucky by Jim Incorporated, Bajer and O'Hara. Trainer John Sadler haltered the winner for $50,000 out of a winning debut at Hollywood Park just over 2 years ago. Iotapa has earned nearly $797,000 for Horonis Racing LLC. The Spendthrift Farm Stallion of the Week is Tis Way, one of the fastest milers of all time. A pair of his stellar first yearlings sold for $425,000 each at the Facing Tipton Saratoga Select Sale this week. Look for more first crop yearlings by Tis Way at upcoming sales. Welcome back to Thoroughbred Week with the Grade 1 Test Stakes just ahead in the segment. 3-year-old stakes action is presented by BC2A Paste. Reduce the likelihood of tying up with BC2A Paste. We begin with the Super Derby Prelude from Louisiana Downs. Undefeated I'd Be Cool, the 9-5 favorite. Rick Mocklin picks up the call.
I'd Be Cool has the lead. In front here by a half. Gold Appointment is second by 2.5. Six Spot begins to gain some ground. He's now a closer third. Louis Flower is running in fourth. Alamo Heights is on the move towards the inside. Then it's back to FJ Uncle Vic, and King Council is the trailer. They're coming to the top of the stretch. I'd Be Cool. He's tackled by Gold Appointment on the outside. Alamo Heights is coming on. And towards the outside, Louis Flower is next. Mid-stretch, I'd Be Cool. Gold Appointment on the outside. Alamo Heights is coming on. Going to mid-stretch now. 70 yards to the line. Alamo Heights is Super Derby bound.
14-1 Alamo Heights hands the favorite I'd Be Cool his first setback by a length and a quarter. Richard Aramia, the winning jockey, in 147 flat. Alamo Heights earns an automatic spot in the field for the Super Derby. The Danny Pish trainee was coming off a fourth-place finish in the English Channel Stakes over the Gulfstream Park turf. The colt by Dunkirk was bred in Kentucky by SMR Investments Limited. Alamo Heights has earned $90,000 for SMR Investments and BB Barton. To Mountaineer Park for the Grade 2 West Virginia Derby. California shipper Candy Boy at 8-5, a slight favorite over Tapiture. Once again, here's Peter Berry.
They make their way down the back, 5 furlongs to go. And the leader is Vickers in trouble by 3/4 of a length. For goodness sake is second. Candy Boy advancing to third. Tapiture is gaining as well. On the inside, next comes Key for Success. Starting to wilt there is Only I Know as they run towards the second turn. And the leader is still Vickers in trouble by 3/4. For goodness sake is running second. Tapiture coming through along the inside. Candy Boy is out 3 deep on the track. A couple of lengths lengths farther back to Classic Jacques and Roll. Well back then to Divine View, followed by Key for Success. And Only I Know has put the cue in the rack as they run to the quarter pole, where it's still Vickers in trouble, the leader. On the outside, Candy Boy goes to second, and Tapitu is just behind them. Around the outside is Classic Jacques and Roll. End of the stretch now. It's Vickers in trouble, the leader. On the outside is Candy Boy. Tapitu had to change course, and he comes to the outside. They come down to the 16th pole, and Candy Boy on the outside gets a narrow lead. Tapitu is lifting. Tapitu, oh, too close to call.
Let's take another look as the two favorites battle it out. It's Candy Boy taking the lead in deep stretch under a high weight of 122 pounds in Corey Nakatani. But Tapitu is closing strongly on the outside, toting 120 pounds in Rosie Napravnik. And Tapitu gets up to take the photo by a nose. Napravnik and trainer Steve Asmussen teaming up for one of their 4 stakes victories on the card. Time of the race 1:50.3. A distant 15th in the Kentucky Derby, Tapitu was coming off a sharp victory in the Grade 2 Matt Win Stakes. The colt by Tapit was bred in Kentucky by his owner, Winchell Thoroughbreds. The 5th winner of the West Virginia Derby for Asmussen, Tapitu goes over the $1 million mark in career earnings. Rosie Napravnik with the Safe Ride of the Week, presented by Sally Horse Fans, the safest way to the winner's circle. To Saratoga for 3-year-old fillies in the Grade 1 Test Stakes. Sweet Reason, the 2-to-1 favorite. Once again, here's Tom Durkin.
A contentious opening quarter, 22 3/5 seconds here between 50 Shades of Gold and Southern Honey at each other's throats as they hit the far turn. Sweet Whiskey down the inside, Misbehavior on the outside. They're 3rd and 4th. Tea Time being bustled along, while 5th now about 5 lengths from the front. Thank You, Mary Lou. Sweet Reason still about 7 from the front. 45 and 2 is the half-mile mark. 50 Shades of Gold is still in front as they make their way toward the top of the stretch. Southern Honey makes her final bid at the quarter pole. Tea Time, Fan 5 wide. Thank You, Mary Lou. Sweet Whiskey down toward the inside. Misbehavior still in with a fighting chance. And here comes Sweet Reason on the outside. There's 1 furlong to go. 50 Shades of Gold. Narrowly, Sweet Reason continues to plug away on the far outside. Misbehavior between horses. They're coming down to the finish. Misbehavior, Sweet Reason, and 50 Shades of Gold. Sweet Reason, the winner by a length.
The favorite, Sweet Reason, defeats 15-to-1 Misbehavior by a length. The Keeneland Cells graduate under high weight of 122 pounds and Arad Ortiz Jr. in 122-1. Sweet Reason is 3 for 3 at the Spa, including a sharp score in the Grade 1 Spinaway Stakes at 2. She was coming off a victory in the Grade 1 Acorn Stakes at Belmont Park. The filly by Street Sense was bred in Kentucky by Brent and Beth Harris and Darley. Trained by Leah Giarmati, Sweet Reason has banked $1,229,000. The future multiple Grade 1 Stakes winner was consigned by Bettersworth Weston Farms to the 2012 Keeneland September Yearling Sale, where she was purchased by Jeff Treadway for $185,000. Grade 1 Test Stakes winner Sweet Reason, the Keeneland Cells graduate of the week. Coming up, a front-running winner of the Whitney Handicap. Time now for the feature race of the week presented by Keeneland, investing in racing's future since 1936. To Saratoga for the Grade 1 Whitney Handicap. Palace Malice, undefeated in his first 4 starts this year, the 3-to-5 favorite. Here's the call by Tom Durkin.
And they're off. Palace Malice off to a very good start today, and on the outside, Golden Ticket has some early speed. Moreno's got his speed too, and it's Moreno down on the inside with the lead as they move into the first turn. Golden Ticket's on the pace today, right up there. And then it's My Lucky Day running 4th down toward the inside. Palace Malice between horses, he's pretty close too. Romance 3 wide round the first turn, then a break of 2.5 lengths back to Will Takes Charge, who's just outside of Prayer for Relief, then a break of another 4 to Departing. And the last of all is Last Gunfighter. So Moreno, probably according to plan, has gone to the lead, and he's clear by 2 after a 23 and 3 opening quarter mile. Golden Ticket right up there running second, and Palace Malice in the clear, out of harm's way and out of traffic while running along in third now. It's My Lucky Day nudging on through between horses, down toward the inside. Prayer for Relief is only 3 lengths from the lead. Romance sets up 4 wide into the far turn. Will Take Charge is right on the tail of Palace Malice as the field moves around the far turn now, 47 and 2. Honest pace here, and it is still Moreno in front. Golden Ticket. Palace Malice now. Palace Malice making his move. Down toward the inside, It's My Lucky Day. Romance there on the far outside. Will Take Charge as well within striking range. He's only 4 lengths from the lead. Then Departing Last Gunfighter on the far outside. Prayer for Relief at the rail. And Moreno's trying to do it all the way on the lead. It's My Lucky Day to the attack down the inside. Now he switches outside as Moreno angles in, and Palace Malice is toiling. He's struggling today. Will Take Charge is coming with a final run on the outside. Prayer for Relief down toward the rail, 100 yards from home, and it's Moreno to win the Whitney in a wire-to-wire score.
10-1 Moreno by Adena Springs Stallion Gus Sapper sets all the fractions to defeat It's My Lucky Day by 1 1/4 lengths. Junior Alvarado, the winning jockey in 148 flat, a 107 Brisk speed rating. Moreno wins for the first time since his 7-length romp in the Grade 2 Dwyer Stakes 13 months ago. Second by a nose to champion Will Take Charge in the Grade 1 Travers Stakes last summer. The 4-year-old gelding was coming off a runner-up finish in the Grade 2 Suburban Handicap. The winner was bred in Kentucky by his owner, Southern Equine Stables. Trained by Eric Guillot, Moreno has a bankroll of just over $1.7 million. This victory earns him an automatic bid to the Breeders' Cup Classic. We'll see you next week here on Thoroughbred Week.
Thoroughbred Week has been presented by Actistatin, Adena Springs, Bloodstock Research, Breeders' Cup, Claiborne Farm, EmpireCityBets.com, Florida Thoroughbred Breeders and Owners Association, Keeneland, Malones, New York Thoroughbred Breeding and Development Fund, OCD Pellets, Old Colony Insurance Services, Paul Miller Ford, Quillen Leather and Tack, Shadwell Farm, Spendthrift Farm, Three Chimneys Farm, and WINSTAR Farm. Online at tbredweek.com.